pieces memorized. They play it for another teacher, adjudicator, who gives them comments and a score. They also take a test in theory, technique, and sight reading, and listening. And all 4 tests, they get a score out of 100. If they get above a certain percentage 2 years in a row, then they receive a trophy. So there's a little bit of a thing there to make them do well. But everyone this year did very well, and always do very well. As I call your name, everybody that participates gets a certificate. So why don't you just come over here as I call your name, and I'll give you your certificates. And let's say the applause will make this faster until I get to everybody's name. I hear your certificate, you just trade sides of the platform and go to this side. First we have Brett Sanders. Poor Brett. This happened last year to Katie Little. As you can see, turn around, Brett. Brett didn't play tonight. Aww. He had prepared a special piece for his dad. Who does your dad know about that? He doesn't know about that. Oh, that's going to be a surprise for him then. His dad's a Beatles fan, so we had special prepared Yellow Submarine. He was going to play that tonight for him, surprising. And he broke his arm last Saturday, Monday, or something like that. So he couldn't play this week, but he did achieve that. He did a great job. There you go, Brett. It was his first year. Robin Liss. This was her first year. Brett, by the way, scored a 92. Robin, this was her first year. She did a great job. She scored a 90 and a half. David Sortman couldn't be here tonight. He scored the highest of my students with a 97 and a half. He did a super job. Lauren Grappy scored an 84 and 3/4. This was her first year. She did a great job. Thank you, Lauren. Good job. Craig Cleary. Going down with Craig. It's also Craig's first year, 94 and a half. Craig. And Micah Clausen, also his first year, scored 91 and 1/4. And Jane Parker, this is her second year, so she also gets a trophy, and she scored an 89. Now, I have some bad news. They sent me they didn't send me enough trophies. So Jane, you're going to have to share a trophy tonight, and I'll get you your trophies. It's on its way. I want you to stand here. I'll share a trophy here. You can hang on to it for a second. And the other one person, second year person, is Rachel Baumler. And Rachel also scored, she's a 94 and a half. So there's your trophy. Wait, now we're going to pass the trophy. Rachel, Rachel, you live closer to me than Rachel, so I don't want to let you take it home, okay? I'm not giving it to you. Thank you. Go ahead. Ted McTaggart. This is his third year. He did 88 and a half this year. Good job, Ted. Adam Sanders, his third year. Third year, he got 90 and 3/4. Go Adam. And Ellen Parker, this is her second year. She scored a 90. And Brian Eckert, this is his third year. He scored an 88. And Heather Rusi, this is her second year. She scored a 89 and a half. I misspelled her name on last year's certificate, so she does too. I fixed it this year. And Laura Baumley scored an 80. This was her second year. Second year? I don't know, we've done that a long time. More than second. Oh, Laura gets a trophy. Bethany Hedges. Bethany got shorted a trophy last year, and we never got it fixed. But now we have it fixed. So Bethany gets one this year. Ursula McTaggart. She scored an 85 and 1/4. This is her second year. Bethany. Last but not least, Becca Clausen scored an 84. And as you notice, it's not as they get bigger, the trophies get bigger, but as they go into higher levels, there are 12 levels, and each level gets progressively harder. And Becca's a level 6, so that's why her trophies get bigger. Let's give them a big round of applause. Again, I thank you for such a long tonight great. Your bows were great. Good. Good year. Good year. And I'm going to finish with the Hinistero, Argentine dances. I'm just going to play the second dance of the three dances.
She's going to play the waltz again to show that she really can play it perfectly, and she just had a little glitch. Go for it, Ellen. Take a bow.
Can I tape now?
No.
Show her the new
Say
bird.
hi to Aunt Boo.
Hi, Aunt Boo and Aunt Funk. whoever
And Uncle
she's sending
Cal.
this to, and Uncle Cal.
Okay, show her the new
Gail.
bird. There's the new, whoops, I can't tell if that, yeah, is that the new bird? Where's the old bird?
Behind the mirror.
He's in the other. There's the little bird. That's little
No name.
no name. We haven't figured out what to name him yet. Isn't he cute? Say something, little guy. Oh, guess not. Okay, this is the end of the tape because it's dark out. We'll have to
Hold on,
make
can
a
I
garden
make
tape another
something?
time. Nope.
This is the piano recital 1994.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Are you gonna send?
Okay. Welcome to the 1994 garden tour.
Hi.
Let's start over here. Jane, could you show the roses and the Johnny jump ups in this portion of the garden?
Okay. This is a rose. And it's very beautiful. See? This isn't the rose. This is the rose. And these are the jump ups. And these Johnny jump ups.
Jane, would you demonstrate how the path works in this portion of the garden?
Oh, yes, of course. See? Come over
Hold on.
here, cameraman.
Hold on.
Now,
I love this fade book.
what are those? No? No.
We have grape hyacinths,
See the grape hyacinths? They look like grapes. That's why it's called those.
coral bells.
Barbara?
This is a big thistle-like flower. Here's a new Old English rose.
English rose?
We have irises,
Tulips? Tulips?
and a big forsythia bush in the corner.
And he has a beautiful tulip.
Over here. Okay, where? You have to point the things on the farm so they don't show up on the camera. I'm not looking on it. I can only see what's in my other, otherwise I get on. Okay, ready? Go. Over here is our front yard garden with irises just about to bloom, columbine just about to bloom, as Jane points out. We have a new little bird bath on a pedestal. She's actually more for birds to get drinks from than to take baths in. We moved our window boxes to the front of the porch because Pippi kept jumping up in the window boxes and squishing the flowers. And we have a few new metal chairs on our front porch. We have hardly any grass left in the front yard. But what we do leads to the side yard, which is now completely gardens. Jane, will you demonstrate the path in the side yard? In the foreground, we have crabapple tree in bloom.
So you can walk back and forth with the beautiful flowers.
And where Jane is now is a cherry tree in full bloom. Mr. Redbud's redbud tree is in bloom.
Oh, wait a second.
As is the apple tree in the far corner. Here's a new bush that Bonnie gave me for my birthday behind Pamela Range. It's a rhododendron. It should get to be about 4 feet tall. Here's the urn. Hold on. This urn was given to me last year by Eddie and his
For
sisters
your birthday.
for my birthday and Mother's Day. It's planted with perennial lilies in the valley and a begonia and alyssum. This area will soon be full of poppies,
Oh, I never noticed these.
foxglove, lilies, irises, coreopsis, and everything else I've thrown in here. Okay, let's go along this way. Here are some violas that came back after last winter. Here are some phlox plants that we planted last fall. I have no idea what color they'll be, but they obviously survived the winter nicely. And in the background are forget-me-nots that I transplanted there just 2 weeks ago. And look how they bloom and spread. This area, next to the forget-me-nots, And between the iris and the forget-me-nots will be snapdragon plants that I grew from seed. And in the foreground, I've planted some cosmos miniatures by seed. We'll see how those do. I see they're just starting to germinate. In the back corner by the bird bath, we have phlox, snow on the mountain, lily of the valley, and a beautiful redbud tree that I think we'll leave there until it gets too big. It's not in bloom, of course, because it's too young, but it will soon be beautiful. Eddie, if you could zoom in on the violets in back of the bird bath, I think people would be in for a real treat. We've never had violets this thick before. Has grown in very nicely with snow on the mountain. Back here we have phlox. Again, I'm not sure what color. These are phlox. These tulips are just now coming through, much later than the ones in the front. And here we have more violets that have self-seeded. Soon this area will be all violet, snow on the mountain, and phlox. This little lilac bush that Jamie's demonstrating with a smile is just about to bloom. That's only been there for 2 years and it's already in bloom. When we look back over the side yard, you'll notice that it's a much more attractive scene than we had 2 years ago at the last garden tour taken. We've had some improvements in the backyard too. Here in the backyard we have a new rose bush. This is an Old English heritage rose and it should be about 4 feet by 4 feet once it gets done. The back circle garden has been expanded. We'll walk back that way. Before we pass this area though, let's take a look at our rhubarb, Eddie, so we can remember that that's on the corner of the house. And we have phlox and daylilies blooming near the rhubarb as well. The circle garden we've expanded. This is where the old swimming pool used to be. And for a while I used it as a seed garden, but now we have several perennial varieties, 2 Old English rose bushes, and an herb garden. That dirt-looking area will soon all be herbs. We have forget-me-nots, irises, lilies of the valley, and daylilies in this area. To our right, we have a little twig fence that kind of blocks the view between our yard and Kyle's yard, and that's all daylilies and phlox, and the phlox will soon be in bloom. And we have a few raspberry bushes. The lilacs are just starting to bloom, but it doesn't look as if they're going to have a very good year. I think we'll have to cut them back and fertilize them heavily. To our right, careful. In back of the garage we now have a garden. It's our shade garden and we have some perennial mums, daisies, and a few violets. And we'll have to see how that area progresses. At the corner of the garage we have a new mock orange bush, which is about 2 feet tall. Next to it we have the pink beauty bush that we transplanted just as a twig from the other side of the yard. Next to that, the red burning bush, which will be pretty in the fall. We got that at Harding's for $1 on sale. Next to that, a big forsythia bush